Okay, here we go again. Another Kirk video. Because yesterday was the day that the the day we've all been waiting for, the day that his contract kicks in as a guarantee for 2022. So, as of now, the remainder of Kirk Cousins' contract here is guaranteed. So it brought a fresh wave of hate from the fucking Kirk Cousins Derangement Syndrome crowd. Particularly the fucking, guy who should be a game show host who works at Score North. The absolute douchebag named Schmiel Schmacky. I'm not going to rant against him because fuck that guy. He's ridiculous, but it just never ends with these Kirk haters, It's like it's like I said, this was a fresh wave of hate that came down. Even though we all knew that he was going to still be on the roster, unless there were some people who were still foolishly clinging to some sort of dream that, oh, we're going to trade Kirk and get another quarterback. You still want Deshaun Watson right now, you dumb fucks? Would they rather be dealing with the Deshaun Watson issue right now? Or, we're going to trade for Russell Wilson, or we're going to just dump Kirk and start over. Well, they're not going to do that. But it's just, I've ranted, it seems like I've been ranting for 3 years about how wrongly despised Kirk Cousins is in this town. But it just never stops. Because what have you been hearing now for the last week now as free agency goes? Well, Kirk Cousins doesn't care about winning because he's not taking a bunch of pay cuts to help the team. Well, look at all they've done even without him doing any sort of pay cut. And I still think he's going to do something, like, if needed. And maybe it won't even be needed. Like, they've still got some cap space. I don't know what they're going to still do. Maybe a guard or a tackle. And obviously, trades are always a possibility, but they haven't had to do anything yet. And Kirk has been falsely accused of saying that he won't do a restructure. No, that's not what he said. The interview that was with Pro Football Talk that got everyone pissed. That's not what he fucking said. He didn't say he won't do anything. And I understand why he wasn't coming out and saying, oh, I'm going to do this. Because he was waiting for the fucking, March 19th guarantee thing to kick in. That's just business. And I bet he will do something now because he has said that he wants to play the rest of his career in Minnesota. And he ain't retiring in 2 years, so, he's obviously thought about there being some sort of further extension here. So, but the truth of the matter is that even if Kirk takes a massive, massive, massive pay cut purely to help the team with signing somebody or trading for somebody, it's not gonna do anything for the Kirk Cousins Derangement Syndrome crowd because they've already decided. They've already decided, and a lot of them decided 3 years ago, almost to the day, that they hate Kirk Cousins. They will always hate Kirk Cousins. It doesn't matter what he does. And you know damn well, even if he won a Super Bowl here, these people would still be mad. They wouldn't give him credit. They'd say it was someone else who won it. I feel like it's just repeating everything I've said about the Kirk Cousins crowd. The Kirk Cousins Derangement Syndrome people. They just never stop. It's just one easily disproven bad faith argument after another. And look, if you want to operate in your fantasy world where Kirk Cousins is a mediocre quarterback and he is solely to blame for a 7-9 season and for not winning a Super Bowl in the last 3 years, like you're never going to listen to any sort of reason anyway. So why bother engaging? But these people don't stop. Like it's just nonstop. And part of that is due to the fucking Score North agenda. I've never seen anyone in my life who you know. And I should preface it by saying a lot of it's just for. I think a lot of it is just very disingenuous, just trolling for clicks and views and stuff. But this whole this just constant shit from Score North is just unbelievable. Every time I go on Facebook, I see a post from them trashing him. Every time I click on YouTube, in my feed, there's a video of them posting some video trashing Kirk Cousins. They even made a big passive aggressive deal about yesterday the the guarantee kicking in yesterday. They made a big deal about trashing him for that. It's just I don't hate Tom Brady as much as these people at least appear to hate Kirk Cousins. And again, I don't spend 24/7 thinking about athletes and teams that I don't like. It's just baffling. Like the fucking dude, the fucking guy he's like on Twitter late on a Friday night fighting with Vikings fans who like Kirk Cousins and will defend him. Like that is really, really sad. Guy needs to maybe get laid or something. I think he's married, so it's like that shouldn't be that hard. But maybe there's a rift. I don't know. I just find it loathsome. The Kirk Cousins Derangement Syndrome crowd, not just the ones on Score North. It's just one bad faith argument after another. Straw man. You move the goalposts every time. What's the thing? Oh, if he's taking up blank percent, was it like 13% of the salary cap, and no quarterback has ever won a Super Bowl taking up that percentage of a team's cap. Well, isn't that a nice little cherry pick stat? Guess what? No quarterback named Kirk has ever won a Super Bowl ever. So I guess maybe we shouldn't have signed him for that reason. What is with these people? What is fucking with this crowd? Like I don't know what the next thing's gonna be. I mean, it's just been nonstop with these people. I don't understand it. Unless it literally is just for shits and giggles, and obviously in the case of the failed radio station Score North, just to in a desperate attempt to get clicks and views and kind of get noticed. But find a new angle, or at least try to come up with a good faith argument that isn't like easily busted in one response. Like I've yet to see a single argument from a Kirk Cousins Derangement Syndrome person that I can't refute very, very easily. I mean, unless if your argument is, he's not good enough to win a Super Bowl, that's not a good enough argument. Doesn't mean he will win a Super Bowl. There's a very big difference between, he's going to win a Super Bowl versus he can't win a Super Bowl. Frank Tarkenton never won a Super Bowl. Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl. Jim Kelly never won a Super Bowl. And on and on. Does that mean that they couldn't win a Super Bowl? No, it just means that they didn't. It takes more than just being a really good quarterback to win a Super Bowl. But that's one of the arguments is, they signed him to win a Super Bowl. Well, they signed everybody to win a Super Bowl. That was another one I saw. It's not even related to Kirk Cousins, but some I guess, like professional football writer, was trashing the Vikings for signing Patrick Peterson because it's like they really think too highly of themselves as a team. They shouldn't have signed. So what's that argument? That like no team that's not either a repeat, going for a Super Bowl repeat, or is a top echelon contender should make moves to improve? I don't get it. Like, is that the argument? Is that argument? I don't fucking get it. Like that's that argument. Like they shouldn't even attempt to improve. Like there are worse quarterbacks than Kirk Cousins who have won a Super Bowl recently. You're telling me Nick Foles is better than Kirk Cousins? No, he's not. You're telling me Joe Flacco is better than Kirk Cousins? No, he's not. Yeah, sometimes you need to have the absolute top echelon. I don't think Kirk is like top of the top quarterback. He's certainly a lot higher than most of the Kirk Cousins Derangement Syndrome people will admit. You know, I just don't fucking get it, man. Why does it have to be this way? That's why I've said I almost wish Kirk Cousins would get out of here and go somewhere else. Just to get away from this toxic fan base and toxic media in this town that just has it out for him. I don't get it. But I mean that. Like, he's a damn good quarterback. He's been a damn good quarterback. He's getting paid what he is worth, and he is worth it. And as a and again, say whatever you want about the 2022 cap hit salary, he is not playing at that. Everyone with a brain should know this, because he's not going to play in a lame duck year anyway. And he said he wants to play here for the rest of his career. Now, that could be lip service. Maybe he wants to hit the open market again, but I think he's going to be doing some sort, and there's really no deadline on it. He can, now that the thing is locked in for 2022, he can do something. He can do some sort of extension, pay cut, whatever, anytime. It doesn't, it could be this weekend, it could be in a month, it could be during next season, it could be after next season. But I mean, people are just obsessing over this salary cap thing. Look at all they've done without even having to do anything with the Kirk contract as far as like restructuring or pay cuts. And they've still got other extensions they could do. They still haven't done a Harrison Smith thing or Brian O'Neill thing. Not to mention that the salary cap is going to really blow up here now we finally got the TV deal. Is going to be what, like, just hundreds of billions of dollars new dollars flowing into the NFL. Like, the salary cap is going to explode again, and then it's going to be even more so that Kirk is not this albatross contract that a whole ton of fans in this town have just convinced themselves, probably because they listen to the wrong media, or they just don't have critical thinking skills. They've convinced themselves that this player and this contract have just doomed the team. It's not true. It's never been true. It's not true for next year. I don't want to. Next year, I think the Vikings are going to be pretty damn good, provided they still add one or two pieces to the offensive line. I don't want to see any of these people cheering for the Vikings next year. You don't get to. If you hate Kirk Cousins this much and you want him to fail just so you can be like, haha, they didn't win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins, I told you. Then don't fucking follow them. Don't watch the games. Damn sure don't go to the games. Just go away. Don't even engage with the team. Don't stop posting on it in a comment or a response to every Facebook post. Trade Kirk. Go away. Leave us alone. It's ridiculous. So I know I'm pretty much in a rambling mode on this. I feel like I've kind of just said everything already. Just keep repeating myself, but it's like I was getting newly annoyed with all the crap I was seeing yesterday. I was just too tired to do a video last night. But these people are sick. Like it's a sickness. Kirk Cousins Derangement Syndrome. These people are just not well in the head. And I wish they would get some help. But to the guy on that failed radio station, get a fucking life, man. Like, your little radio station failed. You're all you've got left is a desperate attempt at clicks and views. Like, and I know you probably think it's working for you, but it ain't. Because I'm no K-fan, but they've cleaned your clock, and they always will. No matter how much you beat this dead horse, it's just never going to work out for you. So, alright, I'm rambling too much. But said it a million times, Kirk Cousins is a damn good quarterback. We're lucky to have him here. He's not killing our cap. He never has killed our cap. He's not going to kill our cap next year because it's not going to be the number that it is now. Everyone with the capacity for rational thought should know this, but apparently we don't live in that world.